Why do I hate you? I hate you. I don't want you in here. I don't like you in my shop. I hate pegboard, you know. Hey, why do we hate pegboard? What can we do about it? It's one of those things we're going to get into today. Is I've got another system, a new system that is, it's pegboard, but it's better than this pegboard. Yeah. Howdy folks, I've had pegboard around, we've had pegboard around forever, and I have always, first off, I've never really liked the sight of it for some reason, but there's a couple of problems with pegboard, and I have always backed off and just said, no pegboard in my shop. So today we're going to attack that, because we're going to also look at something new with new ideas that is a pegboard system. So yeah. I think if we've ever had a shop anywhere set up, we've always come up with the, well, we could put up pegboard, and then you go, nah. There are problems, and there is a solution. Yeah, it's called a new pegboard system. So besides burning this stuff, I did find a use for pegboard, this type of pegboarding, and I'll show it to you. It worked out really well, really happy with it. But I actually looked around, and I have 4 different pegboarding systems in my shop right now. And if I include the one we're going to look at today, that makes 5. Yeah, from a 4x8 sheet, this is all, it's just about all that's left of that. I cut it down and made it fit this little strip right here and put all my woodworking clamps in one corner. That way they're all in one spot where I just, if I need a woodworking clamp, I can walk over and grab one. This idea worked fine. In fact, it's fabulous. I really am happy with it. It's almost like, it's one of the very few times where I said, you know what, pegboarding will work. Let's do it. This is a different type of pegboarding system, but it's a honeycomb pegboard, and you push your modules into the board. It was made on a 3D printer. It's really cool. It's all just 3D printing tools kind of thing. But I'm really happy with this pegboard. But that's a secondary system, isn't it? Yeah, it's another one, you know, it's pegboard. Excuse the mess here today. We've been working on stuff, but again, this Craftsman workbench came with this metal pegboarding, which I prefer, but it's still not really great. It's usable. That's about all. So the 4th system I've got came in on a Vevor adjustable height workbench that's 2,000 pound capacity. We did a show about it last week. Back to why we hate pegboard. Yeah, first problem that I think everybody runs into is you can't put this and just nail it up against a wall and expect to put a hook through it. You can't do it. You got to have a gap back here, and that gap has got to be, you'd have to virtually check it, because some of these seem to come with different amounts of hook back here. And so, like, if I look at this system here, when I punch this into, mount it onto the pegboard, like this, you'll notice you need about, looks like about a good ½ inch of clearance back here at least. And the problem there is, and this is getting stuck already, yeah. Another problem, moisture gets into this stuff, and the holes seem to, honest to God, I swear they change sizes. You know, the stuff shrinks, and you start, you know, fighting to try to get this stuff in. But so back here's got to be gapped, and then when you mount it, you've got to mount it on some wood on the side. And generally, if you're like me, you mount it on like 2x4, whatever. You end up losing access to a few of these holes immediately, so you've got less pegboard area that's usable. The next problem is this itself. Depending on what you're going to hang, if you're going to hang something heavy, you got a new problem is about to show up, because when you hang this stuff, this one here is a good example. It has this little metal tongue piece right here that's going to, there we go, rest against the pegboard, and that's going to slowly dig in over time. Plus, this is going to slowly sag down through what are we going to call it? It's like perforated cardboard or whatever they're making this stuff out of these days. So there's a lot of problems with this stuff, and it becomes such a headache that a lot of people like myself just say, no, I don't want that in here. Yeah, so how about a different pegboard system that comes really complete but offers a lot of cool features? Well, who else, you know? Yep, get rid of this. Yeah, there it is. Vevor, they have a pegboarding system, and when I first saw it, I thought, pegboard, but then I took a look at it and was like, man, this stuff is this is a nice kit. So yeah, let's take a look at all of this. The Vevor system is made of metal and has a frame on it, so you don't have to worry about air gap. As long as this thing is nailed to the wall, you have enough gap behind it, and it's metal. The other thing you're going to notice immediately is these little square holes instead of the round holes, of course, with the system. And what's really cool And I'll just show you, I guess I'll show you this one. I don't know how easily you can see that, but there's little metal tabs back here which will line up with these square units, and you can actually just drop this thing in and lock it, you know, and then you have, well, just stand it up like that and you have it in, and, you know, and you can of course unlock it really easily. The next thing I'm going to show you here, which is it's included in the kit, is this great big heavy metal shelving. And again, just drop it in, it's locked in. You can put, you know, you put old Mr. Coffee cup on there or whatever. But this is an interesting system. It comes with a lot of accessories besides the fact that I like the pegboard idea in itself. And also it can be mounted vertically or horizontally. Let me get a tape measure. I'm going to give you the size of each of the panels. There's 3 of these panels in the kit from Vevor. So we've got 16 inches by 32 inches, which is really perfect, because if you're landing on 16-inch centers or something, you want to, you know, screw right to stud walls or something, again, this will line up with, say, the average 16-inch on center studs in your garage, your workshop, whatever. And this is really almost industrial kind of flavor to it. Wow, yeah, I've laid out all the accessories and parts that come with these 3 sheets. The 3 panels also can be hung, or, well, could be easily hung with these. You get 8 of these in the package, and these actually sleeve right over the panels themselves. So you could actually hang these first and then slide your panels into place and lock them with a screw or something through the bottom or whatever. They sort of give you some flexibility here as to, you know, what you can do. These are really cool. They go on the back of these, and this kind of goes up underneath and clips it, and then that way you can hang these. So you can hang these boxes assorted the way you want to or something. There's also some heavy hooks with rubber coating here for like hooking up and hanging, you know, heavy stuff near the top or something like that. And you've got the typical screwdriver type rack or something if that's what you need. And then you've got a mess of these all different lengths of hooks that again you can, you know, put stuff on. This is more like a commercial kind of grade stuff, but it's just a nice kit. So to put this up, it's time to build the fake wall so we can show this off completely, okay? I put up the fake wall, and all I did was I put some scrap lumber that I've got on hand back behind this, and just used wood clamps to clamp it into my workbench so I could, you know, just stand this up, drive some screws into the panels, pull the panels together. And a couple things I wanted to show you. And first off, if you notice, it kind of reminds you of the, if you go into a hardware store, you'll see this kind of pegging system. It's a good heavy system. So it's a serious type of pegboarding system instead of that, you know, junk that we buy from the big box stores. The hooks, there's lots of them, but they're all the same length, and I didn't even know that. I thought they were different lengths. They're not. These are all the same length, which is cool because you don't have to, you know, choose and pick or something. No, you just put it up wherever you need something and hang it. These hang really cool. They are, as I said, they're kind of stackable, but the idea behind these is that this clip, which you get with the kit, goes in behind and it locks up in behind here. And then once it locks up, then this is part of the box, and then you can hang this wherever you want on your shelf unit. Also, I have these heavy hooks, which we put this nondescript drill. We don't know whose trade name would be on that drill. Yeah. And also some heavy shelving comes in the kit, plus for your wrenches and stuff. So it's really a nice complete kit, nothing to think about or extra things to go and buy. Now, there was no screws or hardware for mounting the stuff, which I assume that's the way the kit comes. I just used some drywall screws to just shoot this in so that it's nailed against the wood that's behind the bench right now to hold all this up. It's not too bad, it's a little tipsy, but it's not bad. And also the clips, these mounting clips work really well, really take a lot of the brain work out, because once you get those up, you can just slide the panels up into place. And the other thing I wanted to show you was these are spaced, so when you have 2 panels together, of course you don't have a slot here to hook to, but the very next, you know, slot over, or the next slot after that, you can see with these shelves. This shelf is, you know, hooked on that side. It's also hooked on this panel, and they're spaced just right so that everything lines up. Same with over here. This one is actually between this panel and this panel, and again, it's just hooked up because as long as the panels are nice and tight together like this pattern of distance it continues right through. So you're not dealing with a, you know, a problem or something of different panels. But you see, it's a very commercial looking pegboard. And I invite you guys to please take a look, at least hit the link in the description below to check this out. I think it's well worth at least looking or considering over your workbench, because it's a great way to have that storage up on the wall in front of your workbench where you can hang all your goodies, you know, definitely. And it's from Vevor, which I love that company. They sent this over to me after I asked for it. They just said, yeah, we'll send it over. I think they were scratching their heads wondering, why does he want to see that, you know? Because it's the best pegboard system I've seen available for a workshop. Hey, you know, yeah. Okay, we should have had that on video. The wife came out and said, what are you working on? And she saw this and she says, oh my gosh, I love it. She says, where did you get that? I've got all these boxes in here that say Vevor on them. Yeah. But she approved of this. She thought this is an awesome system. Now, the scary part is she started looking around at my walls in here to, you know, where can you hang it? That might be a problem. So I have a lot of stuff in here with me. But I am thinking about putting it out in the barn at least and having it out there, because it is a really nice system. And I love this too. This is cool. Look at, you know, nice little clip for, you know, hanging, you know, tape measures whenever you're looking for one. That never happens. Somebody's probably going to ask. So these shelves are 16 inches long and they are 8 inches deep. So they are really, and they're metal. They're a real good metal size. So yeah, there you go. I'll put that back up there. It is a good system. It not only looks clean, but I really like the system. And you know, and it's wife approved. So win-win, right? One last little caveat, I guess. Every one of these little metal clips that's on the back of these also has a little hole in them. So you can actually put a piece of wire or you know, something back through these holes in order to lock these on so they can't come off if you need it. If you need be, for whatever reason. But what a great system. Thank you guys so much for watching Coffee and Tools this week. And please like, share, subscribe, ring the notice bell. We give away tools almost all the time. We're giving stuff out to viewers. You can win something from the show that's reviewed. So yeah, I definitely would, you know, keep an eye on that. Meantime, I'm going to get out of here. Whew, it's hot. Over and out.